Hey you. Yeah, you. Are you tired on going on Monster Hunter Wild's YouTube looking for a guide and you see all these multiple different videos that are all stretched out for the money and all talking about one system separately when they can easily compress that explanation into 3 minutes and you just want one nice video that just tells you everything? Well, don't worry. That's why I'm here for you, okay? We'll be going over all the systems in this game. First things first, we're going to talk about the settings. What you're gonna do is pop open your options, go to your sub menu, go to edit tabs, and remove this useless ass recently viewed tabs. This shit should not even exist. And then what you want to do is turn on the favorites menu. This thing, peak. All right. Once you turn off favorites menu, go to edit favorites in your sub menu, and then there you go. You can just put whatever the fuck you want here. It's very nice. You can customize it and put it in whatever order. Now, in terms of actual options that you want to fuck around with, I'm gonna give you 4. They're all completely optional. You don't have to do these, but you know, I do recommend them. One you want to turn off is the Sacred Auto Explore. This is on by default, and what it makes it is so that your Sacred will just wander around if it doesn't have a waypoint while you're on it, which is not very fuego of it. So go ahead and turn that shit off. Another one you want to do is display without coefficient. What this does is it makes it so what the weapon numbers aren't completely bloated, and it makes it easier to compare 2 weapons to each other. I'll throw up an example on screen. So let's say you want to compare an insect glaive to a gray sword. It's easier to see the actual, you know, comparison between the 2 rarities without the coefficient rather than with the coefficient. Another setting you want to turn off is auto sheath. Disable that shit. It's on by default. Just, you know, I think it speaks for itself. Just disable auto sheath. And another one, this one is truly completely optional. You don't have to do this shit, is how you display your damage numbers. If you don't want to turn that shit on to, you know, have a nice clean footage of your screen, then you can turn it off. But I say put it on with decimals just so you know what, you know, what's the true damage you're doing, how much damage are you really doing to this monster, and there is no other reasons why you would even have display with decimals on. Shut up. Now onto something very important: side missions. Not optional quests, side missions. Most side missions turn into optional quests, but there is no optional quest that is a side mission that turns into a side mission. I hope that makes sense. Regardless, you want to do side missions because they give you rewards, especially side missions with the villagers and the people of that region, right? For example, we have this side mission here with the people of the forest region that are like, oh, can you go kill this Lollabarina because it's been harassing the fuck out of us? And it's like, sure. And you can do all these side missions with the villagers because they give you special rewards. What rewards will you get for doing these? Material retrieval. Now, this isn't the only reward you get. They do give you some other shit, but this is one of the most important ones. This is the farming system of this game. Let's go ahead and click on it. Very cool. Thank you for the honey. But yeah, this is how it works. There's the star system. 3-star means that they can get you a lot of that thing, and half a star means brother, we'll try our best, but it ain't that much. Now, if you see 0 stars, that means that region is going through a clemency. Clemency is when the, like, you know, the wilds plane is, like, you know, striking with lightning and there's sand everywhere. It means the villagers will not go out and go gather materials for you until that clemency ends. Another reason to do side missions is to have Gemma as a supporting hunter, not as like an actual supporting hunter that you shoot an SOS flare for, but as someone out there on the field. You'll get a pop-up notification saying, oh, Gemma is there on the field, and what she does is she sets down a trap to capture the monster in, so you can just continuously deal damage. It's basically a vine trap that she sets up. And there's another dude who you can do a side mission for him, and what he does is he places down an explosive barrel that every time the monster hits it, it blows up in their fucking face. So yeah, that's another reason to do side missions. Side missions are very important. Another reason to do them, and this is the most important one of them all, is to get dual investigations. This is by region, so if you get dual investigations in one region, you have to, you know, do side missions for the other regions. And dual investigations are the best for getting decos. As you can see here, I'm getting a lot of armor decos here and a lot of weapon decos. And I'm pretty sure I have a better quest to show off how many decos you can get. This gives you a lot of decorations, and this is the best way to get decorations. Speaking about decorations, melding. Ooh-wee. I know we were just talking about dual investigations. Don't worry, I'll go back to that a little later. I mean, I already spoke about them. Dual investigations is just the best way to farm decorations. And then you have the Elder Melder over here who can meld you shit. And so you can either directly meld just level 1 jewels. There's no way of changing this. As of right now, it's just all going to be level 1s. You can also meld relics. using points. So if you don't want to go out there and fight the good fight against monsters, and I'll explain how to get these later because you don't want to do it like this, but this is another way of getting these relics. And then you have Wyvern melding, and you get more options of these as you progress through the game. So when you first get it, it's just going to be these, and then as you know, when you finish the story, it will just get better and better. And so yeah, this is another way to get decorations. But if you don't want to waste your points or whatever, you can just, you know, do dual investigations. So back onto the topic of monster hunting. Let's say there's a monster that you want to hunt, right? Also, hold on, this is, oh wow, this is really nice. He's just guaranteed dropping his gem. By the way, this is a very nice thing that the game has done, making it easy to get rare rewards. How every monster has a chance to just put one of its rare rewards as a bonus reward. So even if you don't get it, like from carving the monster, as a bonus reward, you're guaranteed to get it. But yeah, let's say that there's a monster you want to hunt. So you go ahead, you hunt them, and you're like, oh shit, they had really good rewards. I wish I had saved them as an investigation. Do not worry. They thought about that. Go ahead and talk to Alma. And you can go to the field survey history. I'm going to have to hide this because there's a spoiler there. But yeah, and when you go to the field survey history, it shows you the last 16 monsters that you fought. So you can save them as an investigation. Now, when you save something as an investigation, you can only fight them 3 times before the investigation is gone. There's no, oh, I can fight them 5 times, I can fight them a couple more times, like how in World it was random. It's guaranteed 3 times. So if you want to maximize a farm on a certain monster, what you can do if you don't have 2 monsters you're trying to pick between, and you know you just want to fight that one, what you can do is you can go out, do that quest, and then come to the field survey history, save it as an investigation, and you can do that quest 3 more times, making it a total of 4 times. Now, if you are stuck between 2 different monsters, you're going to have to pick one to save it as an investigation, especially if one of them is going to leave soon or you're worried about them leaving, and so they're just there. But yeah, that is a way to save investigations. Now, on to the topic of tempered monsters, right? Tempered monsters are a thing you unlock in high rank, and they're very important for crafting endgame gear, because what they'll do is they'll drop hunter symbols. Now, depending on the level of temper depends, I said that so weirdly, hold on. Depending on the level of the tempered monster, it changes what the hunter symbol will be. I said that sentence so weirdly and I don't know how to reword it, so just gonna rock with that. So if you want to know, tempered level 5 means it'll drop a symbol 1, level 6s will drop a symbol number 2, and a tempered apex monster will drop a symbol number 3. And these are needed for crafting endgame gear. Another thing tempered monsters will drop, and only tempered monsters, are weapon shards. These are needed to craft Artian weapons, aka the best weapons in the game, easily by far. And so the higher rarity a tempered monster, the better the weapon shards are. What you want to do is you want to go for tempered apex monsters because they drop the highest rarity. As we can see here with this cracked out raid out, I said, wow, that is not raid out as Arcveld. With this pretty good Arcveld, as you can see, he's dropping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ancient fragments. Tempered apex monsters drop the highest rarity. I know it says rarity 7, but that makes a rarity 8 weapon. I know it's weird. I don't know why they don't just say it's rarity 8, but apex monsters will drop the highest rarity of the weapon fragments, and those are the ones you want to use to craft your weapons. So let's say you've been hard at work, you've been killing these tempered apex monsters, and you're like, bet, I'm ready to make my gear. You go to Gemma, you go to Forge Artian Weapons, and then we open up this menu. Now, how this works is if you choose a rarity, you can only work with that rarity. So if I choose a rarity 6, I can only make a rarity 6. Make a rarity 7, I'm gonna do rarity 7. Choose a rarity 8, I'm only working with 8. And how this works is, let's say I want to make a dragon bow, right? I pick dragon, and then I pick thunder. Since I have 2 elements that are dragon, it's going to give me a dragon weapon. However, if I choose dragon again, if we look to the side over there, boop, the number goes up. Not the attack number, the element. So if you have 3 matching elements, the element will be very high. Although missing 1 element is fine. It only goes from 230 to 210, so it's honestly not even the worst. But yeah, now let's say if you want to make a non-elemental weapon, well, what you do is you make it so all 3 of the elements are different. And that's how that works. The way Artian weapons work is that they all have a base affinity of 5%, right? I don't think it's just a bow thing. Let's do gun lance. Yeah, they all have a base affinity of 5% and a base attack of 190. And you can go look at the Artian bonus, and you can either choose to boost your affinity to high beliefs by +5, so it's up to 20%, or you can choose to boost your attack making it 205. So once you balance it out how you want, if you're gonna ask me, by the way, how would I craft my weapons? If you're using something like bow, I would say do 2 into affinity and then 1 into attack. And I'll explain a little bit onwards why I would do that. And if you're making a melee weapon that doesn't use stamina to attack, so for example, SNS, Charge Blade, Greatsword, Longsword, Switch Axe, Insect Glaive when it's on the ground, I would say prioritize attacking, because there's that one decoration, I believe it's called Maximum Might, that makes it so if your stamina has been full for a while, you will gain plus 30% affinity. So your base weapon does not need too high affinity, especially when you mix that with Wex and all that. So once you make your Artian weapon, you can go to reinforce/dismantle. We're going to do reinforcing. I already have a reinforced weapon. We're going to pick one that isn't reinforced. And you're going to need materials, right? How you get these materials is by going to the oil well area. You go to that village that's there, and then you talk to a dude who you can trade in monster materials to give you Orcolite. You want to choose the highest rated one because obviously that's the best one. And you need 50 to max out a weapon. Now, if we look here, I just dumped in 10. Oh, I haven't used it yet, but I dumped in 10. And what you get for the bonus is completely random. And how this works is it can, for example, for bow, if you have an element, it will either give you an elemental boost, an attack boost, or an affinity boost. And if you are using a melee weapon, it can give you an elemental boost, an attack boost, an affinity boost, or a sharpness boost, right? It can give you like more sharpness, so you can have like more white sharpness. And really, you only want to have one of white sharpness, like one sharpness boost. You don't need any more than that, really, I would say. Now, if we look here, my reinforcement boost, I got 3 affinities and 2 attacks. I really wish those attacks were elemental, but it's fine because I was just rock critical elements anyways. And that's what it comes out with. So if you don't like your boost, what you can do is you can go to dismantle, and you can choose to just completely delete this weapon and get back the materials you put into it. Now, let it be known, if you do dismantle an Artian weapon, you don't get the components back for it. So if you put 2 ice affinity things and then 1 attack thingy in it, you don't get those shits back. They're gone forever. All you get back is the ores that you dumped into it. So make sure to farm up another set of the same thing before you dismantle the one that you have, and then level up whatever new one that you got. Also, no, there's no layered armor, so you're gonna have to stick with these yee ass weapon designs if you don't like them. So yeah, deal with it. And yeah, I think that's everything I've targeted. So at least every major thing pretty quickly, I would say so myself. So now we're just gonna run through the miscellaneous thing. First off, this is perfect timing, by the way, the support ship. You can talk to this dude, and you can either request some goods, so I put medicinal items, and then you can purchase whatever he has with research points. So yeah, give me some of that, give me some of that, yeah, give me some of that. Alright, go ahead and give me some of that. And yeah, you can just buy shit from him. You can tell him what he should mainly bring. Very useful. Another thing is Tom right here, the ingredient center. He will just give you rations, and you can let him stack it up to just give you more rations. That's it. There ain't really much to say about him. Another thing that can also happen is occasionally one of the 3 villages will be like, hey, we want to offer you up a meal, and it'll give you a nice huge meal buff. Let it be known, however, there is a bug going on with the oil well basin meal where sometimes you just won't have the option to do it, and it'll just disappear, because they don't stick around forever. Inevitably they'll be like, all right, fuck you then, I don't want to give you a fucking a meal, and then you just won't be able to use it. Ooh, another important thing I feel like y'all should know about is the environment overview. You can see what monsters or what exactly is going to spawn in the future by just hovering over the region, pressing square, or pressing the details button, and then going over here to environment overview to see what's going to happen. So now, let's say I need a tempered Doshigama. Oh, I know there's going to be a temporary one in 50 minutes. So you can probably just go to the region, go inside the tent, and then just wait. Yes, waiting is an option, by the way. It's in the barbecue menu right here. So grill a menu or just rest, and you can just wait until a certain time. And then, yeah, and this is also a thing you can use to just keep refreshing quests if there is no dual investigations to get a dual investigation. And so, yeah, that's everything. I'm pretty sure I crossed off everything. I think I just explained it decently well. If I didn't explain something that well, I wouldn't blame you. Hopefully editing me can, you know, cover my back on that one. And if you're still confused, even with me editing and trying to clarify some shit, just write down in the comments. I'll clarify whatever. And if I did miss something, please call me out on it, and I don't know, make a quick video, like a quick 3-minute video being like, oh yeah, here's the thing I missed, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Oh shit, talking about things I missed. God damn. Palico. Yeah, the Palico has side quests that you can do for him, and that unlocks gadgets. So this is the way you can get the Plunder Blade. There's another gadget you can get, which is like just shooting missiles at the monsters. He also has the Vigor Wasp respawn. That's his very last thing. Also, when I say gadgets, I mean just equipment for him to use, because you actually can't choose a specific gadget for him to use. He'll just swap between all of them. So it's sort of like how it was in World, where there's like, oh, there's the Vigor Wasp one, there's the trapping one, there's Plunder Blade. It's like he's just all of them fused together. So he distracts, he buffs you, he can trap the monster, he can revive you, he can heal you. He's a jack of all trades, master of none, right? Or I guess master of all. And that's kind of annoying, because sometimes he'll just take aggro because he decides to taunt instead of fucking healing me. But other times he's coming really clutch. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. How long was that? 22 minutes? Very easily, very quickly explained it. I can probably make it shorter. And with that being all said, I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll be live streaming on Friday. I'll be streaming all the event quests, going through all of them, and I'll make a guide on the event quest. I think they're dropping Friday, right? They said they'll drop event quest the following week of the game's release. The game dropped on a Friday, so yeah. With that being said, bye-bye!